What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, or No Gi Thursday. You guys just got back from
No Gi.
No Gi Plus.
Oh, yeah.
It's like HEB Plus.
No Gi Plus, yeah. No Gi Supreme.
Yeah,
Supreme on it.
Yep. You guys, How was
So
tell us about that class.
Dude, it was money. It was good. It's similar kind of format to the Tuesday comp class.
Yeah.
Just no gi and tons and tons of stand up. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Is it easier without the gi? Because no gi.
Yeah, it's no gi.
Like as far as the
I would say it's harder in some ways.
Yeah.
Even. Yeah. Slippery,
right.
dude. You get a little slippery, a little slip and slide. It's hard to hang on to people, right? You don't have those good grips to hang on. It's tough, man.
You get all oiled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, gi is
I
the
know.
lazy man's grappling.
Oh, really?
game.
Oh, really?
There's some people that free climb mountains, and there's some people that need all the ropes and all the little tools.
that-
And I'm climbing a mountain. Look at me on this mountain. No gi is like climbing the face of a mountain without all the gear. I don't know. That's just me, dude.
That's actually a funny. That's actually a
don't
pretty
know.
funny comparison because rock climbing with the equipment is still really hard, really, really, really hard. You got to respect those guys.
Yeah, but the people that don't have the gear, they're on another level.
Oh, they're next level. Like
Crazy.
you can't even.
Crazy.
No, I can't even imagine.
That's why I feel my no-gi game is just on another level because, I don't, it's like free diving. There are people, I'm a spirit, like free divers have a different, being in California, they have a different type of standing in terms of,
Yeah, almost a reverence.
because they're free
A-
diving. But
a
if I
reverence,
have like a
That's a fancy word.
mask and a scuba tank
Yeah.
and a regulator and a weight belt and fins and all that stuff, I shot some fish. Yeah. Or like the people, no offense, because we're in Texas, they go hunting. What's hunting?
Yeah.
They kind of sit like in a cool shed, take a nap, have a deer feeder, and the
Mm.
animal comes across and
No way.
and have like a super scoped gun and ching. Or I could go follow an animal, like follow tracks, like I go through bushes and stuff. Like
Spear hunting.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen those guys that do like the spear hunting where they go and they like literally they have a spear and they go out into whatever the forest or the woods or something, they climb up into a tree and they wait for the animals to like come close to them and they jump out of the tree and they spear them or they throw the spear down at them.
What kind of animals?
I think all kinds of animals like deer and boar and like all kinds of stuff.
Can you imagine like some
I think bear. I think they do like bear spear hunting. It's
like some
crazy.
wicked warrior, like dad bod's up there and he like misses about 10 feet and the boar's going, oh, dude.
I'm coming up for you.
Hey, boars are dangerous.
For sure, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
I would run.
Dude, yeah.
Hey, so before we begin, because we already began, I start with you, Johnny. Tell us something good.
Man, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. A lot of work travel. I was in Mexico City and Monterrey for a week last week.
Nice.
So it was a pretty brutal week. But I'm glad to be back, glad to be home, getting back into it, getting some jiu-jitsu in. I didn't work out at all last week, and that first practice back was
painful.
insane, dude. It was painful. So that's why I'm kind of happy we're getting the comp classes in. Because now I'm getting back into it, right? So June, we got the rollathon. I'm gonna try to get some good rolls in at the rollathon, and it's awesome. It's been pretty good.
Nice. What was your favorite part of? You said Mexico City, right?
Yeah. So Mexico City is interesting. Have you guys been to Mexico City?
No.
I have not.
I'd love to.
Monterrey, Mexico,
Monterrey.
Nuevo León. Yeah. So Monterrey is really cool. Third biggest city in Mexico, behind Guadalajara, Mexico City, obviously. Monterrey is like probably, I don't know, I would call it like the investment tech kind of capital of Mexico. Maybe really close with Guadalajara too. Tons and tons of investment happening in Monterrey. You go there and there's these like huge sky rises. They're all over the place. Really good school systems, lots of like affluent people there, a lot of money going in and out of Monterrey. So we always go there and we try to recruit people for software jobs, right, at the
way.
universities. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then so now we're starting to branch out into Mexico City also. Mexico City having tons of universities, tons of like smart, talented, bright young kids.
Yes.
And right now with, you know, the way that the just kind of the economy is and the market and everything, it's really hard to hire in the United States. There's like, you know, lots of you know, budget things and things like that. So you'll see a lot of companies growing and moving into Mexico. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So they're starting to outsource, not even outsource. They're
No,
just
they're
going out
opening
there.
sites. They're opening sites in Mexico City, in Guadalajara, and you know, you see like big tech companies moving to Mexico City, right? Like Amazon has presence there, Microsoft has presence there. They have like engineering, like software engineering presence there too. Anyway, so like that's kind of what I went there to do. Mexico City is really cool. I haven't actually got to spend this much time in Mexico City before. But it's like you go to the nice areas and they're super nice. They're like
they're legit.
And people go now. I didn't even know this. People go just to try the food.
Yes.
They just go like food tourism. It's weird. Like
so let me interrupt you because see
yellow tortillas.
Yeah,
bro. I know where you're coming. I know where you're coming.
What's up with the tacos? Tell me about the tacos.
You gotta get the tacos. The best thing about Mexico City is that you almost can't go wrong with the tacos because there's so much competition, right? Like if you don't have a good taco place, they're not gonna eat your tacos. Your place is going down. Because there's so many good taco places. And I went to one called Selene, I think Selene,
Taco
something like
Bell?
that. Taco Selene or something.
No.
Yeah, it's like a branch of Taco Bell. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, they have the trompo, like they do the trompo al pastor, right? And it's like pork, and they it's almost like an Arab thing, right? Where they like stack all the meat into a big like cone. And they have you know, they have some like carbon on the other side, and they're spinning this thing around, and then they slice it off into your taco. A little bit of like pineapple. They do that whole thing. Oh, that's great. The tacos, you have to try all the tacos.
What color were the tortillas?
They were corn and they were yellow.
Yeah, that's the norm.
Yep.
Well, that's why Mexico City is really trying to become one of the main cities, is because they still have some things to figure out.
Oh, so on that note, I know this is very difficult for you. I mean, excruciatingly painful, but dig deep. Very deep, and tell us something good that's going on with you.
Oh yeah, we're gonna mine here. Going down. So I'm putting my miner hat. I think one of the things that I am thankful for was how the gym embraced our new coach, and maybe we'll talk about him, Yippee. It's amazing when we have such a good culture and great people, and then you wonder if someone coming in to meet will change the chemistry, or do they add to it again? It's just, do you make people better? Do we know if you hear that, or you take away? And based on the mere week he's been with the gym, you could see that he's already kind of put his like touches on things, and it's gonna be exciting. What's good is how we all have our journeys, is he's gonna be able to help us get to a level with Bruno. Like that's a dangerous, in a good way, combination with Bruno and Yeppy.
I go.
It's I'm so thankful. So the good thing is just I'm very thankful that somehow all of us are here together, but then also how Yeppy has joined us, and it's just another layer. And I really do think with Bruno, the culture that we have that's unique in the family, and then with Yeppy, and Austin's a mecca for jiu-jitsu, I think we're going to have our own way of shining in this area, which is going to be great.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. So that is something that is not just good. I think that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Well, that's why I went digging. I hit like a vein of gold on that. But
yeah. Yeah. Yeppy's cool. I like his demeanor.
Yeah.
Super humble. Yeah. Kind of funny. And I mean, I don't even know. I've had 2 interactions with him, and he seems
he keeps it light. Cool. He likes to keep it light. You know, it's a it's a nice spin on, like doing instruction and like showing technique and stuff.
Yep.
You keep it light and keep it fun, and he does a pretty good job doing that too.
And then
Yeah.
he'll push you too. It's neat to see, as a teacher, it's neat to see different people's styles of leadership or coaching
Mm-hmm.
or teaching, and he has his own style and it works, and it's what works for him. But he does, in the 2 comp classes we've been in,
Yeah.
even though I've been injured again, but I'm there. It's neat how he's just, he's assessing, but then he's also pushing, which is really neat.
Right.
You see where we're at. And I think he likes what he sees, which is great.
Yeah. Well, the culture is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, not just because I belong to this academy, but the culture's badass.
Yeah.
I think with people and interactions, especially in today's world, culture is so
Mhm.
important.
Such a nice escape too. Hey, so I know you guys are probably wondering who is this fine
Yeah.
gentleman here. His name's Steve.
Steve.
All right.
Oh,
Well, let me tell you a history with Steve. Steve
take
joined
notes.
us in
Steve Rogers, bro.
yeah. So Steve here, he joined us in 2014, and he basically was our security guard at our office.
Mm.
So he was always there. The ladies would dress him up as for Halloween, for all the coworkers, the
Yeah.
office ladies. For Christmas, they would dress him up as Santa. They put a suit and tie on him. I mean, this guy, yeah, like this guy's
He's been dressed in all kinds
Yeah.
of attire. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Steve, thank you for being here. And one
Yeah,
of the
Steve, yeah.
things that we're interested in is, you seem like, I mean, to do security, you really have
Yeah.
to have a focus and a energy about you.
Yeah, he tends to be very focused. Like, he's just staring at you, driving
Yeah, I know.
around. Does that make
feel
you
like
nervous?
he's? Yeah, I don't know. You better get your boy,
Yeah.
dude. You better
Well-
grab your boy.
Yeah, he's also a man of a few words, so he just
the camera?
watches closely.
Who could do a good Steve voice? Joe, can you do a good Steve voice? Go. Put the camera on. There we go.
So I'd like to say that I want to thank Luis for making me part of the podcast. And one of the things I did like with the ladies dressing me is,
He sounds like the Cookie Monster.
I was gonna say Oscar. The garbage. Yeah, the garbage.
well, some people say I sound like a combination of the two, but leave me after a hard day of working security all night and go to the bar. Ladies dig it.
Hey, what if he would have ended up like, "Hey guys, what's
Yeah.
going on, guys? Yeah, let's go." With that
Those
hair.
frosted tips,
Those
dude.
frosted
I love the
tips.
frosted tips.
Ladies love the frosted tips.
I love the
Like
frosted tips.
flakes. Yeah, great.
Oh,
Hey, what else is frosted there?
Well, after about 2 little mimosas in me, you'll be able to see that for free.
So he did. You can see that he did pick up his blue belt,
Mm,
and
nice. Congrats, Steve.
yeah, congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, what's great, Steve, is that I think only 10% of people that start jiu-jitsu actually, they say blue belt. So that's
Right.
that's
Right.
a very,
Really?
yeah, it's about
Yeah, the
10%.
white belt. Yeah, they usually
Unless you sandbag, but that's a whole other thing.
no, really, white belt.
I would like to see like the funnel, like what the percentage funnel is. Okay, can we look?
As we talked,
Yeah,
to Steve
let's,
about his
let's talk to
adventures.
Steve about it. Let's see if we can pull it up. But yeah, it's definitely a lot. Like a lot of white belts, they just follow. I mean, because they try it, they have different reasons, right? To join a jiu-jitsu academy. Sometimes the culture's not there. It's not comfortable. It's not welcoming, and other times it's just almost impossible to get that blue belt. So yeah, they fall out.
and the
So-
time frame for that, and just sometimes some gyms they think fresh meat. So you have the ones that
Okay.
new blues or high
Mm.
white belts, and they're just like, yeah, it's our turn.
Yeah.
What do we got
So
here?
according to Henner Gracie, okay, only
Mhm.
10% get their blue belt, as you called. Of that 10%, only 1% get their black belt. So we skipped a couple
Wow.
belts there, but so that's like point 0 1% of
Wow.
Well, that's not my
Total?
forte, but that's a small number. Yeah, Steve, I was trying to do the math
Thanks,
too,
Steve.
but that's probably why I teach you the security.
Steve.
Steve, man.
Steve, but Steve, you're in the 10%, man. You
Yeah.
made it.
You made it.
You made it. Welcome. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, Steve, we all have different reasons why that we've shared in past podcasts why we have found jujitsu and what we get out of it. But like, what's your story about getting in? I just want to be able to roll around some hot babes.
Just do the whole podcast. Can you just interview Steve for the rest of the podcast, please? Just can you interview? I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap.
It's kind of funny, but
Here, I'll just.
there's more than that, isn't it? Is there like a discipline aspect? Is it like pushing yourself? Is it just seeing what your limits are? Is it you being able to get physically fit? So there's, at least for us, there's things we don't really think about rolling around with hot guys or ladies or all that. There's a self-defense aspect of it. There's ability as you're a blue belt, you could pay it forward, and then you can also help the new lower belts underneath you. Yeah, especially if they're hot. Okay, Steve, we're gonna move on to the important aspect.
Steve took on an interesting persona. I don't know. I felt like you were introducing him different. Now that you got a chance to speak, Steve, a little bit worried about your background a little bit. But
What are your thoughts, Steve?
Thoughts. How many podcasts have you guys had? This might be your last one if I really told you what my thoughts were.
Whoa. You know what? Should we ask him to leave?
I don't know,
hey,
Steve. You're kind of flexing a little bit.
Yeah.
Hard on.
We
us
don't
right
need
now.
egos here.
Yeah.
All right.
Ego-free zone.
Yes.
And one question before we move on to the next topic, Steve, because you are a serious character. Did your mom hug you or not hug you when you're growing up? All right. It's okay, dude. We'll talk after.
Hey, was that question directed?
Who was answering that question? I'm a little
Right.
bit.
I think.
Well, as you
need to
know,
hug.
my background, I've been open mouth. Steve, you and I are going to get some mimosas together.
Do you
for
need
this.
the-
We're gonna,
Do you want to take Steve? Do you want to have a
I
chat?
think Steve
Do you
wants to
wanna keep-
take me because I'm the good looking one. Oh, I really like this guy.
Scared me. What in the
So-
world? Yeah, that's you know what?
I'm
glad. I'm so glad.
Side road right
Yeah,
there.
little sign. Hey, I'm so glad that you got to, meet Steve and you're having such a great time.
Shit, Steve's gonna be my buddy. That way I can ride in a carpool lane, and that way I don't have to be
Oh,
in
can
the
you
sticking
imagine? Wait,
traffic.
they don't have carpool lanes here.
They don't have them out here?
No,
You don't have high occupancy lanes?
no.
They have the express lanes, but
Yeah,
I
you
guess you gotta pay.
you gotta
no
pay.
matter what, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
Well, you got to pay over there too if
Yeah.
you get a ticket.
Yeah.
They pulled
And I
you.
have-
They
oh,
pull you over. This guy is in shock.
Oh, that's double. That's like triple.
You'll probably get in really bad trouble.
that's-
Yeah.
You
Because
don't think they'd laugh?
no.
There was a lady that did something like that, I think with like a baby seat or something. Like she thought she was never gonna get pulled over because she had her baby seat there or something.
Was there a
right?
baby in the baby seat?
Not always. Not always. Mm-mm. It was actually bad. I know a story of a lady in California driving. You know when they upgraded the system so that you had to have the little transponder. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did
yeah.
you get around to that?
Yeah.
Where you had to flip the switch on how many people were in your car. 1, 2, or 3. Your transponder had to you had to flip the switch, and she didn't have that transponder. She had the old one, and she drove in the high occupancy lane for years, like this, years. Just like, oh well, I have people in the car. I have 2 people in the car, or 3 people in the car. And she gets a bill. Like eventually, they don't let her renew her registration for like $40,000.
No.
It was crazy. Yeah, I think they got it figured out and they got it like reduced. But yeah,
Oh, that's horrible.
yeah. Pay your things, people.
Yeah,
Don't-
Steve,
don't,
what were you gonna say about that?
yeah.
Oh, I like to flip the switch. Steve, this is a family show, dude. I do the jokes.
It's like a ventriloquist.
Oh my god,
Right?
dude.
Are you
Can we get him to sit on my lap?
Oh,
We'll talk about first thing that pops up.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. I guess we got the voice over established.
We've got Steve's voice.
Well, there's gonna be a spin-off podcast for those of you out there to our 23 subscribers. What are we at? We're gonna have a Joe and Steve show.
We got 24. 24.
Nice.
Steve and I are gonna talk about recipes.
Oh no, 26. Recipe. What kind of recipes?
Well, just like little things you can make for little kids that are healthy choices in today's world, because we're just bombarded by capitalism and kids tend to want things that are unhealthy. We're also going to try to eliminate the stigma for men. Right now, mental health's a big one, but we want to push that a little bit. And we actually want to push for more romance appropriate novels for men, because most romance novels are just for women.
Which was your favorite novel?
I want to bring back a female version of Fabio. I want to call it Fabia. And it's a long-haired blonde, and she's on a horse, and she has an 8-pack. She goes and she has relationship issues, but she just basically finds a love. And every book's going to have that, like riding a horse, riding like a...
Is she half horse? What is it called when they're...
Centaur.
Yeah, centaur. She's centaur.
Could you imagine riding one of those girls? Steve, this is a family show.
Yeah.
Joe found an outlet for his jokes.
My wife
Can't just blame all
I
your
can't
jokes on
wait till
Steve,
my
dude.
wife sees this episode. She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That was not me. They told me you gotta add."
It was just happening. I don't know. He was just, he came to life.
Yes,
In
Yeah.
life, Steve's the whole
and Steve, I gotta admit, you're one of our best guests.
You're funny, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a little
Well,
out there.
we
but
might get
it's all
into
good.
like your story if it allows, if we have time, because everyone that we've had does have a story.
Yes. Well, I told part of his story, but next episode, little bits at a time, because it's too much. I know.
Steve wants to set the record straight. Look, Steve wants to set the record straight on his story. Look how excited Joe.
Hey, you're being an enabler.
I'm sorry, Steve.
I could
You're
borrow
not going to get a
it,
chance. You're not going to get a chance to set the record. straight.
Yeah. Let's hold off on that, because
Yes, sir.
we'll lose, Joe.
I don't think you ever found me, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, so you mentioned capitalism, right? And that actually reminded me of your plans of starting your own sort of consulting education business, which is amazing.
That's cool. Yes.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah. So one of the things that I do like about the gym, especially the gym we have, whether it's Bruno, whether it's you or Johnny, Travis, everybody was
Steve.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Steve is taking a chance, not talking about it, and actually pursuing it. And I'm hoping to do something where I could help different students in different situations so that they can find balance and success and not have to worry so much about, oh, I don't have straight A's and I'm going to be a failure. I'm not going to go to college. No, let's just see where you're at. It's like jiu-jitsu. And
Right.
what are your goals? Let's go on this journey and just coach along. And you've been a great help with it. And hopefully Johnny could help with that. But yeah, side hustle.
Right. That sounds
awesome.
very interesting.
Yeah.
So I know we're talking about taking action, right? So what action are you taking? Because there's a lot of times we talk about all these dreams, all these ideas, and we don't take action.
Yeah.
What steps do you take, or how do you take action? Like, do you have short-term goals, medium-term goals, that all add up to the longer-term goal?
I think the first one of my favorite movies is Rudy. And that's
a great movie.
Story about a student
Rudy.
that just has perseverance. And I actually use that as kind of like a kickoff to my freshmen. And there's a line in it that says, dreamers aren't doers,
Dreamers aren't what?
doers.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And so but I do believe there has to be like this dream, and then steps have to take place. And I have not. Well, no, I have done steps
Oh,
because
absolutely.
because
you have.
I've actually gone through that. I think I shared with you. I've actually gone
Yeah.
through the process, different variations, about 4 times. And what I found out, and you guys would know this better than me because of the world you're in versus the world of education. I just thought I could have an idea and plan it out where it just things happen and you try to problem solve, troubleshoot. And whether it's people moving, whether it's just someone just has personal things where he has to focus more on family and himself, whether it's just a contract agreement just doesn't mesh with what I want to do. And so I think the biggest thing that I've done right now is talk to people that I respect highly, that the 1%ers.
Right.
I think of you guys as 1%ers. I think of you guys as go-getters, especially the kind of people that are drawn to jiu-jitsu, and just realize that I don't know, but it's no different than when I'm in the gym and you go to Professor Bruno or one of you guys and like, hey, how do I do the pepper cut? Or, hey, how do I sandbag better? And then get advice so that I can be on my own journey. And so right now working with you, that's great. But I think the big thing if people can take from it is,
That was very passive aggressive, by the way. Like, he
Oh,
kind of.
I'm waiting to interject. I
Yeah.
want you to finish your thought though. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
it's just the big thing for me is it's a comfort zone thing too. I mean, my wife and I have a very happy life, but I would like to, and what I admire is that she's created her own business, very successful. And I admire her for that. And I want to see what can I do? Is there something I can do that I can build that's my own, that's great, and I can help more people, and then be compensated for the value that I provide.
Yeah, and just to be clear, and or to briefly explain what the idea is, I don't know if he mentioned it to you, Johnny, but
Yeah.
it's
To the viewers.
to the viewers,
yeah.
to our 26 amazing rock star viewers. It's actually
Love you,
26.
love you.
26. Actually, it's a little bit more. It's actually significantly more, which I'm so
You
grateful.
can do it like this. That's how
Um,
kids are doing.
oh,
Not like this.
It's
Like
like
this.
right here,
Yeah.
my heart.
You got it. There you go.
teachers
No
teach
thumb.
because they can.
No thumb.
No thumb. Oh, there you
That's
go.
how the kids are
There you
doing
go.
it. That's how the kids are doing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The kids.
Sorry, you're saying.
But it's a curriculum for kids and I thought it was from high school on. No, he said Joe's telling me that it's 6th grade and on, like academics. I mean, there's a balance: academics, extracurricular activities, and community service, what classes to take. And you basically reverse engineer what you want to be, right? If you want to be a doctor, well, these are the things that you start doing in 6th grade to make sure that you're ready.
Yeah.
And I think that's just
Really-
so valuable and
Really
amazing.
putting that pressure on those 6th graders though, right?
Well, what
little
it
bit.
would be is they don't have to know exactly. It's
Sure.
just you're going to do something that wherever they're at that would bring them fulfillment, joy, and that's to coach them and be able to take care of themselves.
Sure.
But let's explore things. I actually try to pull them away where they don't have to know exactly what they need to do. And I tell them I was on my way to UCLA Law School,
Right.
and things change. And so I try to think of what kind of life do they want that will give them purpose and joy, versus like, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be an astronaut, which is great. I'm going to be a pediatrician. So, and it's just seeing where they're at, where they want to go, and just come a long way. Kind of like what Bruno does in jiu-jitsu. He sees you have a wrestling background, and so he sees you have that skill set. What do you want to do with that?
Yeah.
There's someone who just wants the physical aspects of jiu-jitsu. There's someone that wants to lose weight. There's someone that's like wants to have a social network outside of work.
Sure.
So
Do you know what I think is really interesting about that is it gives, I think, young people a little bit of a direction, right? Where, like I have a lot of nephews and nieces that recently graduated high school, right? And I don't remember it being this bad when we were young, but I feel like kids right now, especially right when they graduate high school, there's all this expectation on, okay, go figure out what you want to do, right? Like you got to pick a major, or you got to go get a job, or you got to, do the military, right? Like okay, it's time to go do your thing, right? And if they had a little bit more of like a plan before that, right? I don't know if maybe the education system like isn't emphasizing the plan, like create your own plan enough, right?
Right.
Yeah, not to be
Yeah.
like too much about education or politics. It's just all this. You gotta have something big, and you gotta make big money, and then you gotta make all the money. But the thing is, especially with the COVID and everything, it's just mental health became more of a thing that we're aware of, especially as teachers and parents saw with kids not having social interactions. What's bringing us joy? What's bringing us purpose? You don't have to get A's on everything. Did you try? Just like jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
I don't have to get that technique, but I tried my best, and that's good. It's growth. So I kind of provide hopefully that mentorship, so you don't have to feel like you have to be great at everything. But the thing is, you're moving forward, and you made a mistake, and it's only a mistake if you didn't learn from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing about Joe is that he makes it fun.
Mhm.
He's he doesn't just, he's not bland about it, right? Right, Steve? What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, Joe, I wish I would have had someone like you in my life, because then maybe I wouldn't be working the night shift in security and having ladies dress me up. But back in my time, I was really lost, and someone like you could probably put me on a different path with different choices. I love what I do, but it would have been helpful.
It's not too late, Steve. It's not too
It's
late.
never too late,
It's not too
Steve.
late. Hey, we support you, Steve, because at Soul Fighters Jiu-Jitsu Academy, our network is your net worth. Oh my God, that was so cheesy.
And thus,
Here's my card.
yeah, thus, I think Steve like that. We
I
got
know
more
he's
comment.
kind of quiet
Like
about it.
That
drop.
might be the most appropriate response we got from you on anything we've said so
Wait,
far.
are we in a TED Talk? I feel like we're in a TED Talk right now.
Hey, question. Who's that? Who can you name our brown belt at our academy? I know we got Alex and Alex.
And then we have,
Gippy.
Is it Clark? No, it's Dwayne.
Dwayne.
And then we also
Yeah.
have Matt.
Dwayne.
That
Matt.
comes on Fridays.
That's right, Matt.
Yeah.
So, did you know Dwayne though? Let's go back to Dwayne for a little bit. I just thought of something.
Yeah, he's great.
He is a rock star, very quiet, right?
Yes.
But he is he worked in tech,
Mhm.
CTO status. I mean, he's
Still, I
just
think he still works in tech.
What is-
yeah, but no, he's
sorry, what
software engineer now.
yeah.
He's like chill because he doesn't have the responsibilities, but
Mhm.
he's grown companies and
Yeah, yeah.
been part of the sales.
What's a CTO?
Chief Tech
Technology
officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I bring him up because our network at our academy is actually amazing. Like everybody does something, and since we're so close, I mean, I want to start highlighting that
Mhm.
because, I mean, you're doing this educational, academic counseling, creating roadmaps for parents with kids. So that's very helpful, and that's something I'm interested in because I have my 14-year-old, and hopefully it's not too late, but
No, it's not.
but again, for everyone, at the gym and everyone that's listening, this is use your network, use your resources, ask for help. And we got Johnny Beats right here that he's buying a voice machine to sing. He'll help you sing, he'll train you to sing, aside from his
I'm actually looking for someone to help me to learn how to sing better.
I like to sing. Well,
Steve.
Steve, I think you might not be the match yet.
Yeah, I don't think your voice is
That
smooth.
Louis Armstrong. You got that Louis Armstrong thing going on. I like it. Sorry. No, but
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
The networking thing is so important. I'm actually trying to help some folks like break into different industries, and they're like, oh, well, I have all the skills, and they're even, getting recognized by people in the industry that they have the skills, but they're just having a really, really hard time networking, right? And I don't
Right.
think young people know how important that is, or it's not emphasized enough. I don't think it's emphasized enough.
It's not.
Like you can be the best, software engineer, you could be the best, salesperson, you could be the best, educator. And, sometimes if you don't have the right network or know the right people, you may never find, a role
Yes.
that you're happy in. Right. So, network, get out there, do your networking for sure.
Nice. So what do you do to network? Like, how do you overcome that?
Networking's tough, man. I think it's very industry specific, right? So, I work in tech, and everyone's dream is as soon as they graduate college, they're like, okay, I want to go work at, one of the top 5 tech companies, right? It's like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, whatever, right? Apple. And so breaking into those companies without having a network is like almost impossible, right? You either have to be a total rock star, or you have to get really lucky, and somebody, maybe they had a job fair at like your campus, or like maybe recruiters went to your campus to actually like meet you, right? But otherwise, if you don't have a normal, university education, or you don't have the background, it's really hard to break in, right? And so how do you like start networking? And so there's a lot of like meetup events. In software, there's like this thing called like open source, where you can basically write code, and you push it up to the internet, to GitHub, and let anybody use your code, right? And it's like open source, like you're sharing your code with everybody. And so like you can grow your network that way. You can contribute to open source projects, and it's a way to like get your name out there and network, right? I don't know if they have platforms like this for every industry, but you have to get out there. There's conferences, there's meetups, right? I know somebody in like the animation industry, and there's a really cool one coming up, called ZGraph, that's like a lot of people go to in LA. And they have a job fair, and they do those things too there, right? So definitely get out there and network, and meet people in your industry, meet the people that have the job that you want someday, and don't be afraid to ask them for advice, right? A lot of people are a little bit scared. They don't want to, reach out to someone on LinkedIn, or send somebody a cold call like email. But,
I understand.
I've had people reach out to me randomly like that on LinkedIn, and sometimes I have time, sometimes I don't. But when I do respond, it's like, hey, let me do something for you, right? Let me get your resume in. Let's try to do something, right? Not everybody is like totally heartless out there, right? So, sometimes you get lucky, and you can network that way too.
Why do you think people are reluctant to reach out and network?
I think it's fear of rejection. I think that's a big part of it. I was talking about this with somebody else. I think it's hard to put yourself out there, right? And social media makes it a little bit easier, but how many people would feel comfortable going online and like, posting their work, right? Like their best work, right? And like having it be judged by the world community, right? It's hard, and internet, you're going to get some rejection in there a little bit, but you have to be okay and open to it, and be willing to take the rejection, and be okay with that.
How can you overcome it though? Like,
you have to do it. You just have to go do it.
do it.
You just have to do it.
I think it goes back to, what do you want out of your life, and trying to move and talk to people like talking to you. And again, it's the dreamers and doers. Like, if I really want this to happen, what can I do to move forward? And I think support systems too. I think people that have good support systems will take chances better than people that don't, because then if you have that fear of rejection, you could talk to your wife, or to your friends, or to your siblings, or to your parents. But it's very hard though. Yeah, that's a great question.
Right. So rejection of what? But what are they rejecting? Right? Are they rejecting
you put yourself, okay, let's draw the parallel of like, going and I don't know, let's say you want to go on a date with somebody, right? And you see a nice girl or a nice guy or a nice, person that you want to go talk to and you're interested in talking to them. How many people would be willing to go up there and put themselves out there and say, hey, I think you're really pretty or you're really attractive. I would like to get to know you more. Would you like to like go get dinner or something, right? That piece, I think, opens you up to a huge amount of rejection right away. And not a lot of people are open to doing that. Some people are open, like people meet in all kinds of social circles, right? But being able to go and put yourself out there with literally no hope of getting accepted or rejected in that moment, and being able to take and be like, okay, this person said no, I'm okay with that. I'm going to move on with whatever I'm doing, right? And I think sports help with that a lot, because you go and you compete, you do something, whether it's football or wrestling or jiu-jitsu or whatever it is, you go out there, you compete, you win or lose, you take that win or that loss, that rejection, and you keep improving and you keep getting better. You don't let that kind of stick to you as something that's going to like linger, right?
Yeah, it's like a mindset thing, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then with mindset, is this something you learn or something you have or both? It's just, a great baseball player, that's about 300, which is 30%.
Yeah.
And very few baseball players have ever batted over 400, which is 40%. But the mindset is, what maybe think about it, it's just they're not thinking about the 60 to 70% of the time they're not going to get a hitter on base.
Yeah.
So is it a mindset thing? Is like I gotta cast my lures, fishing, or is it just I am on this, maybe it's a journey thing. Like I'm trying to provide opportunities, and if I sit static and I don't try to walk through doorways, then no doors will open. Or do I just have to try different doors?
Yeah, if you don't take a chance, if you don't take the risk, you're not.
It's like starting a business, right? You see like the statistics on new businesses. I think like 90% or 90%, they fail within the first 4 or 5 years or something, right? So, if you don't even take that shot, there's no chance that you're going to get it. But if you stay within that 95%, and you keep attempting to do that, eventually you're going to enter into that 5 or 10%, right? With enough repetition.
Right. But how do you do that without messing up your mindset, right? Because
you have to be okay. You have to be okay with failure and rejection.
So I'm thinking that you have to be okay with the process and just focus on the process, right?
Yeah. Like that's a great way to kind of remove the outcome.
Yeah. Remove
right.
Journey,
it's all about the journey.
I got you.
It's the journey.
So you disconnect from the outcome. Emotionally, you disconnect from the outcome and you focus on the process. Look, I have to do this every day for this reason, because this is my end goal. Along the way, you're going to have some dips, you're going to have some bumps, but
it's like jiu-jitsu. I think part of the reason why
that teaches you,
right?
Like that.
Just like to bring it back, circling around with like the 10%. So why do so many people, which is interesting, why do only 10% of the people? Is it because they're just not being as successful as they want to be, and they don't want to take those shots anymore? They kind of plateau. Like, okay, so I'm good at, let's pick like a really stupid technique, like a paper cutter. Okay, so I'm good at paper cutter, and all I do is paper cutter, but I never evolve because I never try something like a spider guard. I never try something like
those are my
butterfly.
Those are my two favorites.
Maybe I don't try anything like a wrist lock or trying to go into X guard. So it's one of those things where, do you limit your growth without taking chances? And then when Wayne Gretzky said something like, you miss every shot you don't take. You have to take
you know what? I am as transparent as possible. Okay. I attempt to, but that that line you just said, the Wayne Gretzky or whatever,
Mhm.
is so overused. You miss 20%, 100% of the chances. you
Okay,
don't take.
so how many
I'm sorry.
go-go
Even
plotters have you hit?
Richard at our last like couple of episodes already said it, like within the last
Okay,
few
so let me
episodes.
throw this back at
so
you.
so
Go ahead.
let's switch it. Let's switch it up. All right. Don't get mad. Why are you getting violent? Hey, Steve, what the hell, man?
Security. You want me to remove this guy?
Yeah, I need
Dude, you're a freaking blue belt. How many stripes you got on that?
Security.
One stripe you probably gave yourself. I'm a purple belt. I will destroy you.
Yeah,
This is going to be on the next
Steve,
fight card.
Steve, he's very
Sorry, Zuck.
he loves you. He loves you. Okay, but yeah, he gets emotional, gets sensitive, but he means well.
Probably wearing the glasses because he's crying behind that.
He's scared. You scared him.
He's holding it
He's
pretty
all
good.
quiet now.
Yeah,
Scared the conversation out of him, dude.
yeah. Look, he's just like straight faced.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching. Hey, what about
Hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg? Did you see that
The
loss?
Zuck, dude.
He-
Yeah.
He lost, but
Yeah.
supposedly he got choked out.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Yes.
think?
I think that person.
He's still moving.
Pull it up.
Well, my thing is, like I said, I would destroy this guy. But moving on, the
He's
thing
a
is,
white belt.
if you beat the Zuck, are you super excited, or do you worry you're going to disappear again in a van? Someone's
No.
going to come up. He has money and power, dude.
Yeah, but then I'd make it my friend. Hey, I'll like, can I?
Do you think
share
Zuck's
you?
like, hey, you beat me? It's going to be all over
It's
social media.
the
and
jiu-jitsu
let's be-
community.
He's a
he's
white belt. They
different.
don't learn that right away.
You think he'll quit?
No,
No.
that guy doesn't even know how to get a
No.
good haircut. You think he's going to know how to act when he loses? God, the guy makes how much
Okay, so
money?
here's the
And
video.
his haircut is what?
Here's the video.
Yeah,
Can you
it
see it?
doesn't. It doesn't.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah. No. Yeah, sort of.
It's pretty small. Sorry. I don't know if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Oh, look at this. You got zoom, bro. Is this the video you guys saw?
I don't know. Pull it up.
It's pulled up. I'm watching it.
I prefer not to watch it because I lose my lunch because it's just such poor technology.
So he's going
I'm
cross
just kidding.
collar.
It's
He's going.
really neat to see. Which school is he out of? Let me look that up. Who's he training under?
He's probably got freaking.
Palo Alto.
He flies in coral belts for privates every day, circulates those like.
Oh, no way. Do you think they would?
Dude,
Let's see. Let's pull it up. There it is. There it is.
So this is it.
Is that
So,
the one?
like the
where he
A&M
chokes out?
gig him.
Look, everyone's freaking recording this match.
Of course. There it is. There it is. No.
I'm gonna have to watch it on this little screen of this person who's actually keeping it in frame.
This is in a high school gym.
I know.
This is the worst recording.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, there it goes.
I can't see anything. Can you guys see
Oh my
anything?
gosh.
No, I think there's another one.
I'm gonna have to zoom into this frame here. Let's see. Is there a better one? Let's see the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Oh
Oh, you
my
got like all
Lord.
kinds of cool analytics on your thing. Let's see.
The Zuck
This
have
one,
to
maybe?
maybe
No,
that
this is the same
never
one.
had it. Same. Oh, but I think that's a better angle. Let me see.
I think it's the same one.
All right.
Does
I'm sorry.
MMA also?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, see.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You jealous?
No, I'm looking at his boxing stance. It looks like he's on
Oh,
his computer.
No, he's okay.
No.
Hey, he's trying. Give him.
Well,
give
no,
him
that's a
that.
good thing. I
Give
did tease
that.
him, but that's
Hey,
one
he's
message.
bringing some nice attention
No,
to the
yes.
Sport.
to
Yeah.
the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to retract all that because it is. And imagine being as well known as him to start something new. Like, why do it?
Hey,
Why put yourself out
the
there?
fear of
And
rejection.
How many tech CEOs do you think have joined the sport now because of him?
I
Yeah.
think I read something. I don't know if it's true that
We need Elon Musk now.
Elon. I think it was Elon. Let me look it up. I think
Bill
he's doing shits
Gates,
now.
Elon,
Bill
Sundar,
I'd be scared of
Satya,
Bill
Nadella. I want all the tech CEOs to. Tim Cook, right?
You know what? It does go to what would it? Why someone who is well known as Mark Zuckerberg decides to do a combat sport in the things, and we're talking about like maybe not so much fear of rejection, fear of failure
Yeah.
Fear of
Feel
failure.
free.
Yeah.
in a public eye.
Yeah.
I mean,
In
you
a
saw,
big public eye.
and you
Because
saw all those
everybody's watching.
people recording that,
Yeah.
and then the comfort just of all the things he could do, he chooses that. So
Yeah.
you got to give him some street cred for that.
For sure.
I've been trying to. You're the one that's been ripping on. You're like,
Yeah.
I'll kill him. Dude, like,
Oh, I'll still kill him.
We've been saying like for 4 episodes, you got to give him some cred for that.
I'll give him credit, but I'll still smash
I,
him.
I would like to see a tech CEO Royal Rumble.
oh,
Okay? We get all the top tech CEOs
yeah.
in a octagon, right? Trademark, maybe not octagon, maybe 9-sided, whatever.
Let's do a pentagon.
Sure. Whatever. Agon. Decagon. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some
What
kind
is
of
that?
10. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. We got some type of ring. Okay. We get him in there. We do a royale. Okay. Battle royale. All the tech CEOs. Winner takes all.
Okay, and what are they're called singlets, correct?
Yeah.
The wrestling.
Yeah.
They all could have their logo on their singlets.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
Little patch. Little patch.
Look,
Oh yeah.
I'm
dude.
anti singlets. Let's not do singlets.
Compression shorts and
Compression
rash
shorts,
guard. Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Whatever.
that-
you want. Whatever.
Big FBO.
Oh,
Meta now, dude. It's meta.
Meta right on the crotch. Meta.
Hey, speaking of the freaking metaverse, did you see those glasses that Apple
Yes. Tell us what
released?
you're
Oh my gosh, dude.
update me.
This is gonna freaking change stuff.
Also,
Tell me more.
So
I'm intrigued.
Apple announced that they have these like augmented reality glasses
Yeah.
that they're gonna put for sale, I think starting January, February of next year. $3,500. Okay.
Psh, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
For Apple. Sure.
You guys want some for the show?
I know. Everybody gets one. And no, it's crazy. It's like there's some serious tech in these things. Anyways, so it's a virtual world. You put these things on and it covers your entire vision in a digital display, basically,
Mhm.
right? So everything that you're looking at is a digital display, but it has a series of like 6 cameras on it. So you can see the real world as well, right? So I could have them on right now and be talking to you guys, see you guys, but also have content or information about you like in my
Oh my
my
God.
display.
That's
okay?
like Iron Man.
Yeah,
kind of like Predator.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it goes even beyond that. So
Hold on. Time out. Predator.
You know how he sees the people he's hunting. and it
Predator
goes-
has like a
That's heat. That's heat vision.
I'm
not-
trying
okay.
to
It's
understand.
it's a
this.
screen. It's a screen with it's augmented reality. Whatever. Okay. He wanted to say Predator. Okay. These freaking glasses. So it's basically a screen. It makes your whole vision a screen now. So you could be working instead of having 3 or 4 screens, your whole display, your whole field of
And
view
you-
could be a screen, and you move around and you look at the different screens in your world, basically. And it has obviously, a gyroscope, so it knows like where you're moving your head and how you're moving around. It can insert things digitally into your world, like, oh, what would like a vase look right here? Well, what would it look like right here? And so using augmented reality, it puts it in here, and you could walk around it.
Dude, no one's gonna be looking at a vase with what you're talking about. That's all
Um,
I'm saying.
I'm not going there. Okay,
I
Steve. Steve,
I know I'm looking at.
it's amazing. It's gonna be really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't see this. You're up to date on the tech
I know.
stuff,
I
right?
did. I did. I just saw the $3,500 and I'm like, okay, I'll wait. I don't even want to know about
I
it.
don't think you should wait. I don't think anybody should wait.
Fuck yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't.
Is this going to be a good thing for humanity or a thing that's not good? Because one of the things
question.
that happened that we
Well,
noticed with
What's gonna be like the Google glasses, right?
those suck.
But yeah,
It's gonna be it's gonna be the Google glasses on steroids. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They
hardcore,
kind of look
yeah.
like snowboarding glasses too.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all like
yeah, they fully encapsulate like your world. They have speakers,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Like
Ooh.
audio, so like you can interface that way. You can put your AirPods in and like totally disconnect and just be in this world, right? It's crazy. It's some really cool stuff.
So do you think it'll bring people closer together, or would it make people kind of lose touch with each other? Because
I
one of the
think-
things with Zoom is the one-on-one connection.
I think people are going to be interacting more. It allows people to interact
Hmm.
better from home, but
Oh,
it's going
yeah.
to make them interact from home more
So
is the
no
downside.
personal. Yeah.
It'll be less.
Which-
Yeah.
who
Have you guys
makes
seen
these? Is it Apple?
Yes.
Apple?
Apple? Is that Italian?
Have you guys seen Wally?
Yes.
So like
Oh,
all the
yes.
humans in Wally, they're like
Yeah.
moving around in little wheelchairs, basically
Mhm.
like hover chairs, and they have displays. That's how they're video conferencing with each other, even though they're sitting right next to each other. I feel like we're gonna get close.
That's a
We're
documentary.
closer. We're getting closer to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Well, it will turn into a documentary,
And
just like Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about it, this is the kind of weird. This is the kind of like dystopian thing about it. So, you're video conferencing with somebody, right? Okay, great. Everybody has their laptop except you. You have your goggles on. Okay, so you can see them totally fine in this virtual world. Like, oh, I can see Joe, I can see Luis, I can
Right.
see Steve. But how do they see you, right? With your big glasses on, right? It's gonna look weird. So what they did is they scan your face.
Oh
Okay,
man.
check this out. They scan your face, and in real time, as you're talking back, they render a live render of your face talking to these people. So you have a digital, representation of your face and your facial features
without the goggles.
without the goggles. Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
creepy.
So you're like, oh, Joe, that's so funny. Ha ha ha. And it's like your face laughing without the goggles. Ha ha ha. Like, inserted, like imprinted
that is
on
so
your,
creepy.
it's really
Could you
weird.
do avatars? Like, could I be a clown?
I suppose you could.
Could he be better looking
Could I look like Brad Pitt?
or Steve? Steve's good. Steve's handsome, right?
Some people say I look like Brad Pitt. Only
Why didn't you go straight there?
You know what?
The Rock.
I make every attempt.
You could
to
be The Rock.
Brutally honest. That's my
They
goal.
can watch our podcast like they're here. It's like
Yeah,
they could
yeah.
be sitting right
They
next
could be
to
sitting.
us
They could be sitting here right next to
instead of
us.
Steve.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? How?
So they put the glasses on from the perspective of Steve,
And they will be with us.
and they will be with us, like talking to us almost, right?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
All 26 of them.
Yeah. 26. We should have 28 by today. Because we got 14. This is episode 14.
Yeah, it's called Apple Vision.
What's up, Apple Vision?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah,
Bro.
I want to see the like little representation of like the Zoom calls, so you guys can see. It looks weird.
So movies, jiu-jitsu tournaments, traveling, all the stuff.
Yeah, so like, can you see it? Yeah.
Oh
So
my goodness.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Look, this person's packing and she's on a video call.
This guy's looking at a vase.
Look at this. Digitally. What would this vase look
The
like
vase.
in my?
The base.
Yeah, so these are them.
They kind of look cool.
It has a screen on the outside
Oh,
to show
my God.
your eyes, so that if I walk up and I have my goggles on, I don't look like a creep with my goggles on. Like you could see my eyes.
Could
on
you
this
have
screen.
like words going across like do not disturb
Maybe. I guess so.
or the stock market exchange?
Yeah, look right
See,
there,
look.
right there.
Yeah. See, this is her.
That
hanging
looks
out.
kind of scary.
We're
though.
all going to be hanging out like this in 10 years. This is how we're going to interface with each other. Hey, bro, how you doing?
Jiu-jitsu with these goggles on. We're gonna be trying to do techniques, and I'm watching like Rambo.
Dude. Hey, I wonder if it has like infrared that detects your heart rate, if you're nervous, if you're lying, all that stuff. So you're just
I
sitting
wouldn't
there,
be surprised,
ask a
dude.
question, and then your what's it called?
Oh,
Your brain
yeah,
here,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, he's lying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Your heart rate goes up
Yeah.
for sure.
Sweat
Dude.
glands and all that.
So, wanna
I
see
can't
that.
wait till they make like a smell-o-vision.
A smell-o-vision.
So you could
What?
smell the.
Why do you want to digitally smell people, bro?
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't talking smells. Like if I go to a forest, I want to smell the forest.
Oh, smell the forest?
Yeah.
Sure, you want to smell the forest. Okay, guys.
Just like you want to look at a vase.
Let me put furniture in my house, okay? Digitally put furniture in my house.
Let me smell the trees, dude.
It's like a vase. Yeah. Out of all things.
That's so
Vase.
funny.
We're gonna put these things on. We're gonna look at a vase. I'm like, dude, there's like
Wow.
billions of things I'm gonna look at. In a vase.
Oh, that's funny, dude. I want to involve all the senses.
I want all the
senses.
senses, man. I want to be able to feel the breeze and smell trees and look at them and then burn them all down.
I got a question.
gosh.
How did we start talking about Apple Vision from what do we have? Fear of rejection.
I don't know how we got there.
CEOs fighting him the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
CEOs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So let me see. I think we're running out of time. And you know what we have not done?
Ooh, we need Steve to pick the card.
Oh, we got the affirmations.
You wanna explain that to Steve?
Affirmators. Hey, Steve, you pick card, read.
Read.
What was that? So whose turn is it?
Steve's turn.
You're,
right?
yeah, you
Yeah.
can read it for Steve.
Read it for Steve. You want me
Try to
read
be
it?
clear, man.
Okay.
Or-
Oh no. This is called cheerfulness,
Mm.
Steve. Do you want me to read in a Steve voice or do you want me to read in a
Yeah,
voice?
whatever. No, tell Steve to read it.
And a clear Steve voice.
Okay, Steve.
Tell him to
you're
be
gonna read
clear.
this, and you are the most cheerful guy I've met in a long time. Oh, cheerfulness. I embrace a state of cheerfulness, even on days when I don't wake up feeling that way. Knowing that moods are contagious, especially in closed places. I'd rather not cause an outbreak of crankiness and complaints. Instead, I strive to be the patient zero of joy and laughter. I'm actually a funny guy, guys. They might even make a Lifetime movie about me. Yeah, Steve, I can see that. And on here, we have curative tonic, and it is some kind of concoction to cure crankiness and complaints, Steve. So instead of your mimosas, you might want to start drinking some of that.
Can I hold it up? Let me get it close to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Maybe this one?
Here,
Or
let me
this
get-
one? Or this one?
I like the
yeah, that one.
cheerfulness.
Creative tonic.
Oh, that's perfect.
Is that a
right
shot
there.
of something?
It's a shot of curative tonic, which will cure crankiness
Oh,
and complaints. Yeah,
that
and
looks
so-
like bourbon. It might as well be.
yeah.
Get drunk.
Yeah, let's get her drunk
Let's get
on.
cheerful and
Yeah.
drunk.
I like that idea. Maybe tomorrow. No,
Think it-
alcohol's not good for
I
you.
love
This
it's
is actually
another
really funny.
it's another card that kind of goes to what we talk about with people. And Steve, I have to admit, even though you're kind of quiet and man, you have great posture, you are a cheerful guy. Thank you.
It's really
He
funny.
is.
This looks like alcohol.
It does, right? I love it. Bourbon.
Yeah.
You're
Bourbon.
bourbon. Huh?
I'm a bourbon guy right now.
Bourbon?
I embrace the state of cheer- even though- Fuck, I know. Don't wake up feeling that way. That's harsh, right? Sometimes we don't. What do you
It's
guys
hard, man.
do? What do you guys do when you wake up and you're like, damn it? What do you do to overcome that mood?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. You were at Mexico City. I missed you. So
Dude.
go.
Oh, it was tough, man. And in Mexico City, trying to wake up. So for some reason, the business travel thing, they booked me a flight Saturday morning at 4:45 a.m. Okay. International flight. Got to be there at 2:45, 2 hours early. It's going to take half an hour to get there. I had to wake up at 2 in the morning, right? Knowing that I was going to have a long, awful day of flying. Did not want to wake up at all. It was so hard. I tried to go to bed early. I tried to do all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep all night. I basically just didn't sleep all night. But you know, I don't know. I think it was tough. I didn't really have a nice day that day. It was awful. It was an awful day. It was hard to embrace cheerfulness. I was,
Like
I don't think yeah, I'm stumped. That was a tough day. I was pretty cranky when I got home. I get like motion sick and stuff on the plane. So it was like I had a bad plane ride. I think when I just got home, just like, nobody talk to me. I'm gonna decompress for a couple hours and then we'll hang out, right? We'll do the thing.
Well,
after.
when you purge it, you could get back to where you want, So I mean, I know I'm not cheerful all the time, but you're cheerful all the time. What do you do? How do you?
Yeah, you're probably the most cheerful one
Jeez.
out of this group.
Next after Steve.
Me, really? Like, no, I just try to remove the emotion from it all, right? Like, I don't know. Life is good. Life is good. Every day you
Life
wake
is
up.
good.
Look,
Life is
I
good.
start, actually, I do. I have a whole routine. But as soon as I wake up, again, and I've talked about this, I thank my pillow for supporting my big head.
That's
Because
right.
what if you don't have a pillow?
Yeah, yeah.
How would you feel? What if you don't have a
Yeah.
toothbrush? What if you don't have water, running water?
What if you don't have any hands?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
got great
see.
hair.
See,
Be
yeah.
thankful for
And
that.
frosted
Counters.
tips. What if you don't have frosted tips?
Yep.
We
What
don't
if you
have
didn't
frosted
have?
tips and we're happy.
No, I'm saying, Steve. What if he
Steve?
didn't have frosted tips?
That's why he's
Got
so
my
happy.
muscles.
That's why he's happy.
He has muscles. Hey, what about your microwave? What about your fridge?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever even thought of that? Like, holy smokes, I can go into my fridge and pull out food that's been preserved with
Yeah.
the cold. Wait, hold on. I can pull out food, period.
Yeah, yeah.
I got food.
Ready to eat.
I got
food.
water.
Yeah.
I got a fridge.
Taco Bell.
I got a roof.
Taco Bell.
I got my great kids.
Internet.
I got the internet. I got this table. I got my friends. I got my brothers. I got Come on.
Jiu-Jitsu.
got jujitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu.
So look, see how, I mean, once you start, it just starts rolling off, and then
Yeah.
you're in a good mood because all you're doing is thinking of all the good stuff that you have and
Yeah.
not the crappy stuff.
You know what? You actually made me think of something. Seriously, I do a gratitude journal for my mental health, but I do it at the end of the day. But I think what I'm going to do now is going to do it in the morning.
Do in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
first
meant-
thing.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So
I woke up.
yeah.
I woke up.
Oh, dude,
Good.
that's enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's your age. You got to be. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say something about high school. Like, hey, Joe, did that at high school back then? No, we stopped at 6th grade.
I forgot all about his age.
Yeah, there
Coming
was
back.
there
I'm
was
sorry.
It's actually
There was
really good.
even-
That's something to be positive.
Yeah.
The early bird special at Denny's, all the discounts.
ARP discounts.
Yeah.
Dude, you got it made, man.
You do. If I had all those
Hell
discounts,
yeah.
I'd be even more cheerful.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at discounts, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
discounts are good. Take it.
Do you know what? One thing that this is gonna sound really bad. But I'm gonna say it anyway. So my mom's from Mexico, right?
Mhm.
And she grew up in Mexico, and like I try to go to Mexico like every year, at least once a year, and see her family, right? Her side of the family that all live there, right? Everybody's like fine and like happy and economically like doing okay, but every couple of years we'll like make a special trip to her town, like where she grew up, right? And it's in that town still, right? It's like it's pretty old school, right?
Yeah.
And like you really appreciate the creature comforts that we have in a place like this, right? And like it's just air conditioning, right? And like a super humid place like that, air conditioning would just change your life, right?
Yeah,
Totally
air
change your life.
conditioning in the studio,
Right.
which is amazing.
Yeah. And there's like just tons of stuff, like tons of really nice things to be grateful for. And it's not the reason that we go is like to like do that. We go to like see her friends and family and like people that are still there, and like
Mhm.
the people that are still like, she's a little bit older, she's like in her 70s, but the people that she knew and grew up with that are still there and alive, like we make the trip out there to like kind of see them. But they live a different kind of life over there, right?
Mhm.
And like a lot of people don't have a car, or like they get around everywhere they need to get around walking, or like
Yeah.
on a bicycle, right? And so like
They have paved roads, or is this still
some roads are paved.
Mhm.
You know, if you rent a place or buy a place, like if you live in a part of town that doesn't have paved roads, like you're driving on dirt roads, right?
right,
It's like,
right.
and it's not that they're an hour away from the town. It's like they're like 2 miles away from the city center.
Do they do they have Taco Bell?
Not that place.
Oh yeah, then that's hard.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah.
I don't appreciate that.
They have tacos. They have tacos.
Taco Bell is not Mexican.
They do have
Okay?
tacos.
It's not Mexican.
Yeah.
Let's just get that straight. Hey, not to change the topic,
Go ahead.
but I got into making burgers.
You're a
You
burger
talk
guy.
about- I love this,
Oh
but
my
we've
God.
never had
I'm a burger
sampling
guy.
of our food.
So
I'm a burger guy.
and I
for
have
sure.
all the gear for it too. So we got to do burgers now.
It's like
we'll
when
do
you
tacos.
had the
Let's do it.
sandwiches.
So,
What episode is that? Like, yeah, we're doing sandwiches, and we never.
I know.
And I know it's not your fault,
I know
but
that shit was hilarious.
I see.
They were in the front.
yeah,
I see
yeah.
the quality of the food you make, and my mouth.
I could eat burgers every day.
Get this, not
Honestly.
the Costco
Yeah.
burger, because that's easy. I mean,
Oh,
that's what
Yeah,
we got
get
used
some
to the
good
Costco
ground.
burgers.
Get some good ground beef. Get a
Ground
little
beef.
mix, right?
Well, I
do you do?
got I have a
80, 20.
meat grinder, right? And I got some bacon in there,
Mhm.
and then
Ooh.
I like mashed it
Oh,
all
yeah.
in with the ground beef.
Nice.
Just packed in, big fat burger, and
Yeah.
put some Parmesan cheese all in the mix, and some cheese, and
You medium rare? What do you?
it
what
was
do you do?
medium,
Medium.
medium,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
Steve, what were you saying?
delicious.
I'm a medium rare.
So
guy.
yeah, I want to do some. They're called something Susie's, where you put the cheese
Mhm.
and
Inside?
then you layer
And you
it.
squash it. Yep.
Then
That's
when you go to
money.
bite
That's
it,
money.
all the cheese just
Yep. Yep.
Hey,
oozes
Steve had
out.
something to say.
What's up,
Mm.
What were you
Steve? What you
saying?
got?
It reminded me of something in high school. My nickname was Meat Grinder. Dude, come
Why
on.
was your name Meat Grinder?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Wait till the podcast is over and I'll show you. Steve. No wonder you don't have hands. If he had hands, I'd wonder what he'd be doing with them right now.
What do you think, Steve? What would you be doing? I mean, this is a podcast on its own, right?
I think it is. I
You
think it is.
just-
How long? How many hours of content could you produce with Steve? Just by just you and Steve.
Just off the top of my head.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Limitless?
We got like
Limitless?
recipes. We're
Limitless?
gonna do romance novels. I was thinking teaching Steve how to do algebra. I was thinking how to teach Steve how to brush his teeth without hands. I was thinking about actually teaching Steve how to change the color of his hair. I was teaching Steve
I
like
think this is a really healthy outlet for you.
it is.
think
I was
This is
thinking
really
think
yeah.
I was
training
thinking that.
Steve to get ready for his first tournament
Like, look at
because
that energy. Look at those eyes.
with
Like,
no hands and no legs. I mean, he's gonna be like super ultra like featherweight, has a blue belt. Maybe put him open, help him write a book. Well, he'll have to dictate it.
Mhm.
Story of his life. There's lots of things we could do.
Dude, that would actually be a really cool idea.
Chat-
Write a
chat-
book from the perspective of Steve,
Chat GPT, right?
or have ChatGPT do it.
It began in a warehouse when I was molded onto a dummy frame.
I think we don't need ChatGPT for it. I think I think you can produce enough content from Steve's background.
what country were you in?
Where did you grow up? Yeah, where'd you grow up, Steve?
I was growing up in the country of Texas.
Texas? You were made in Texas? You don't look Texan.
Well, I was shipped to Texas. It's really China.
Genetically engineered.
But we don't talk
China.
about what the Chinese used to do with me. Make sure I was appropriate for shipping.
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou next
Guang-
to the COVID, where COVID came out, the COVID facility. Oh my gosh.
Well, Steve, you're gonna have to tell us on the next episode. All right, is that cool?
Keep you posted.
All right, because we are coming up on our 1 hour. Oh, I don't even know, but I know it's at least an hour. Holy smokes!
I think it is. I
Yep,
think
yep,
we're-
yep. All right, let's start it. Parting words, sir.
Parting words were gi or no gi. No gi is better. How Johnny went to Mexico City, which is great. I never knew
Ate a lot
that.
of food.
Yeah,
Fun. Yeah.
and it sounds like it's really a great place. The importance of culture. We also talked about taking action and passions, and sometimes there's this fear of rejection. But networking is also another thing you could do, and I'd like to mention support groups in order to give you opportunities, but you have to take those chances. And then, like Johnny and you guys were saying, you have to have the mindset that you're okay with failure. And then, of course, the Zuck again, how he's
Zuck.
The
Yeah, how he's
return of the
pursuing-
Zuck.
how he's pursuing his own journey. And I was corrected, and I loved it because actually he's doing it for himself, and that's you got to respect that highly because he's doing.
He doesn't
something
have to
something.
do it, right?
Yeah, he
Like,
doesn't. No, he
Yeah.
doesn't have to do it. We talked a lot about the interest of the Apple goggles, which is going to change the world. And then Steve, which is great, is perfect for you about the importance of being cheerful.
Cheerfulness.
Cheerfulness.
What do you got, Johnny?
Yeah, no, that was great. It's great. It's great to be back. I'm glad to be
Glad you're
back.
back.
Yeah,
Glad,
it's great to be back. June, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna try to grind it out and get as much jiu-jitsu in as I can. July, one kind of interesting note is I'm gonna take a 1 month sabbatical from work in July. Yeah, so every 5 years you get a sabbatical.
Wow,
you get
that
to
is
take
really
a month
neat.
off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So-
really cool. It's like a
Um,
recharging thing. But anyways, July.
Are you going to like
I think we're gonna do some traveling and like do some road trips and stuff. There's my wife has a family reunion that we're gonna try to go to
I
in
want
July
you to
also.
listen next podcast. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing that they do, but it's supposed to like recharge, re-energize you, get you ready for to come back to the workplace and get energized. And
I hope
stuff,
when you go, you come back with some nice spaces for your house.
yeah, digital. I'll send them to you.
digital
Yeah.
bases?
I'll email them to you. But great to be back. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, great to have you back. I actually
Hmm.
did miss you. I'm like,
Aw.
damn.
Yeah,
Bro.
And I saw him today. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, hell
Dude,
You
yeah.
too, bro.
I was so excited when I saw
Steve.
him.
Hey, Steve. Steve missed you too, right?
Yeah, we missed you like a case of you know what. Come on, Steve.
Damn,
Come on,
so
Steve.
inappropriate. But yeah, thanks for. I know you guys trained today,
Mm.
and this was a little bit late, but I love the effort. I love the commitment. Today, I'll be honest, I wanted to go just go to sleep, but
Me too.
again, it's a commitment, the consistency
Mhm.
and the process, right? We love this process, even though sometimes it's not as cheerfulness,
Mhm.
but
It's a good one.
yeah,
like
this
that
is a
one.
good one. Let's stay cheerful. And on that note, we are out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Open it.
Podcast. Hey, I can't do that. I don't have any arms. It's okay, Steve.